Welcome back, Nick Lenz's Comic Corner, Classic / Non-Classic. This is episode number 639 and Doubleshot number 543. Okay, first up it is Scarlet Witch, Volume 1, Witch's Road. It collects the first 5 issues of Scarlet Witch, Volume 2. Now, I own these 5 issues. I got this trade because I love this series. It's just too bad the series got axed after 15 issues. Yeah, the entire series. Now, these 5 issues are here written by James Robinson. Of course, he does the entire series. But the series had a slight problem with it. It had a rotating dwarf artist. Like, every issue is done by different artists. Here are these artists do these various issues. Okay, the opening issue was done by Vanessa Del Rey. The second issue was done by Marco Rudy. Now, the third and fourth issues, those have 2 artists on them. Yep. The Ireland stuff is done by the late Steve Dillon. Yep. And Chris Visions does the Witch's Road stuff. And the last issue is done by Javier Peludo. I think it's pronounced the guy's name. Now, with these issues, each issue, Scarlet Witch goes a different place. The first issue is in New York City, and of course she's solving a crime, works with a detective, and turns out the detective's possessed by a demon, saves his life. Issue 2, she goes to an island in Greece, where she encounters Manbull, who's become the Minotaur. Yeah, those of you curious who Manbull is, he is a Jerry Conway. He was a character created by Jerry Conway during his run on Daredevil for a few years. And as for how he got to this island in Greece, it's not thoroughly explained, but it's stated that she's investigating about that. And also, apparently, at the start of the series, the plot thread for this series is that magic is broken, and she's trying to fix it. And issues 3 and 4 has her, in issue 3, which, of course, is the Ireland stuff was done by Steve Dillon, who does most of the issue, by the way. Yeah, the next issue, issue 4, he does like the last few pages because he does the book and he does like the last few pages of the issue, while Chris Vision does most of the issue. And she just does an exorcism of a bar, which causes destruction of the place, and then she goes Witch's Row, where she runs into her mother. One of 2 times she actually runs into her mother in the actual series, and her name is Natalia Romanoff. That's her name, Natalia Maximoff. Yeah. And of course, that happens in Witch's Road. The last issue is her dealing with her being accused of being a pagan, and it's an okay issue, and even my original review of it, I consider it to be the worst issue of the entire series. That has not changed. I mean, the artwork is good, the story is just not very interesting at all. Heck, even after the rereading, I was not very interested. The first 4 issues were really good, though the series does get better after issue 5. Yeah, it gets much better after that. I'm going to get this book roughly a 9.5 out of 10. It's really good. I can't wait to get my hands. There are 2 trades. And it's just so bad, though, that after Robinson did All New Invaders and Fantastic Four, he was given this and Squadron Supreme. And both these 2 books both axed at the 15 issues. Possibly due to low sales. And they both got canceled the same month, just by sheer coincidence. Yeah, they started in, I think it was October of 2015, and they ended last year in February. It was one of many titles canceled last year. Next up is XMen Volume 1, Prmier, collecting the first 4 issues of the, relaunch of X-Men from 2013. Yeah, all the issues are written by Brian Wood, artwork by Oliver Capaldi and David Lopez. They even throw in here the first appearance of Jubilee, and this is by far Jubilee's first appearance in a comic book at this point in time when this came out, since she appeared in as part of the Hulk versus Dracula miniseries. She's been hanging out with the undead, these group of good guy vampires, for a while, and she's not really. I think she also appeared in pages of Hulk. Yeah. So, pretty much, Jubilee has come home after finding an orphan baby who she adopts, and his name is Shogo. Oh yeah, and there's also a plot thread set up in here of Mercury trying to hurt Bling for some reason. It's not explained here, but it's explained later on that the reason why that she's doing this because apparently Bling was too nervous to ask Mercury on a date, And she's like, why didn't you ask me out anyways? Yeah, this is just a recurring plot thread that here you might think might goes nowhere, but it does. So it sets a future plot thread. Now the story for the first 3 issues in here is that the X-Men, all the female X-Men minus Emma Frost and Jean Grey. Yeah, this is the lineup for these first few issues. Jubilee, Kitty Pryde, Rachel Grey, Rogue, Storm, and Psylocke. Though here's the thing: after these first 4 issues are done, Kitty Pryde is removed from the roster because she joins up with Cyclops' team, and Rogue is removed from the roster because of her apparent death in pages of Uncanny Avengers. Yeah, they come together to take on a character named Akron, who is the sister of a Grant Morrison villain named John Sublime. Who, get this, the guy is a piece of bacteria, and he takes a human host, and they fight a piece of bacteria. It's like so really weird. Though the storyline is much more interesting when they fight the new Sisterhood of Eve Mutants. That was really interesting. I can't wait to get my hands on that trade. And yes, at this point, Jubilee is still a vampire. She remains a vampire until just this year. Yeah, when Quintia restored her restored her original powers. Yeah, the sparkly fireworks powers. Yep, that got restored to her. And they go like travel around the world in a version of the Black Jet. I think this is the same. I don't think it's the same Black Jet from the previous book, which Brian Wood wrote, where they go like solving stuff like when they were the security recon team. I don't think this is the same plane. It might be because that plane was actually property owned by Storm. She bought it on eBay for like $3 million. I'm not kidding. She did. Though she has the money to buy that because she was once the head of state Wakanda. Yeah, she probably got money when her marriage was annulled to Black Panther. Yep. So, good stuff here. Only my second trade of extra review of this particular series. The only thing I reviewed was something done by, I think, by Guggenheim, which dealt with the return of Rachel Grey's aunt, Deathbird. How is Deathbird her aunt? Deathbird married Vulcan, who was one of Rachel Grey's uncles, and the youngest brother of Scott Summers. Not the younger brother, the youngest. He's the third Summers brother. Though that was something that was teased by Mr. Sinister back in the 90s, and there's rumored to be more than just maybe 1 or 2 brothers. According to Mr. Sinister, and this is just basically a lie on his part, it could be possibly 4 or 5 Summers brothers, but they've never confirmed it. Vulcan was something that was teased, and I guess Brubaker decided to create him there. Yeah. I mean, it's something, though, this particular team never got... the book ended after 26 issues, and Marvel never bothered to give these characters their own book again. But yeah, as of currently, of these 5 characters, Storm and Kitty are on X-Men Gold. Rogue was on Gold. Rogue is currently on Gold, but she's also on X, so she can run there. Rachel Grey, pretty much most of these characters are on Gold, except for Jubilee and Psylocke. Psylocke, I'm not sure where she's going to go now because Astonishing the X-Men is... Well, they're changing the team for that one. Jubilee, same thing as well. I'm going to get this roughly a 9.5 out of 10. It's really good. Alright, that's it for this episode. Stay tuned for the next episode. Let's give you episode 640. And Doubleshot number 544, okay? But until I see you on the next episode. Bye.